You'll start seeing it in his YouTube series. In team preview now, Aaron with Porygon 2, Muck, Garchomp, Tapu Fini, Arcanine, and Gigalith. Brandon with Alolan Muck, Tapu Fini, Alolan Marowak, Alola Ninetales, Kartana, and Garchomp. It looks like Brandon went on vacation to Alola and brought home a lot of Pokemon from that area.
A whole bunch of Pokemon. Even stole the deity of one of the islands and brought it back to fight for him.
I've seen an episode where you're not supposed of a sitcom back in the day where you're not supposed to take deities away from the island because it gives you bad luck.
Well, both players have done it, the same deity, so the bad luck is kind of a wash here.
Well, let's hope that Taboo does not strike any of these two players here.
Here, the Ninetales should be pretty valuable for Brandon. Threatens big damage on Garchomp. With Freeze Dry, could threaten big damage onto the Fini and gets rid of that sand that boosts the Gigalith's special defense and keeps it from being so easily handled by the Tapu Fini, which is, of course, the other very important Pokemon handling that Arcanine on Aaron's side of the field.
Yeah, and we don't really see an electric attacker out on Aaron's side, so the Marowak's Lightning Rod ability not going to play too much of a role here, but it is still a huge attacker. It can still do a good amount of damage to Marowak.
And of course,
Arcanine.
It's there because you don't want Tapu Fini taking any electric attacks, so you're even better off not even having electric attacks on the other side of the field. It means that Calm Mind is going to be easier to use.
Getting underway here, Game 1 of the finals. Winner takes home 50 championship points and that Earthring statue that a lot of players from a lot of areas actually came out to try to win and take home to their state. You know, we had players from Utah come out. We had players from Southern California. Avos technically is from Nebraska. Came out here. We do see Garchomp and Muck now out from Brandon's side as Aaron went ahead and sent out Porygon 2 and Garchomp. Very standard leads here from both players. Porygon 2's attack is rising instead of a special attack. Downloaded the wrong program apparently.
Yeah, so here Muck needs to watch out for either Earthquake or Tectonic Rage. Garchomp needs to watch out for Ice Beam on Brandon's side. Or Dragon Claw, of course. Garchomps could just go right at each other for that. Lots of damage opportunity here. It's a delicate position for both players so early in the game.
Brandon doesn't really have a switch in for a Tectonic Rage at all. I mean, no flying types, no immunities at all, so this Muck might be taking it, or I don't really know what else wants to take it on the other side.
Yeah, I mean, Brandon's best option is going to be here to protect this Tectonic Rage. Even if you take big damage from the 25% damage through Protect, it's better than any of the other options he has with no immunities or resistances.
And now Brandon withdrawing his own Garchomp, sending in Tapu Fini, going to go ahead and activate the Misty Surge. Going to bring out the Misty Terrain, going to prevent status. Not really Pokemon that can cause status. Maybe Muck with the Poison, maybe a Tri-Attack one out on Aaron's side. Possibly just also trying to take an Ice Beam from that Porygon 2, as we do see the Tectonic Rage right now connect on to the what's most likely going to be that Muck. Could be a one-hit KO right now. That's going to be unfortunate if it is, as Muck getting sent to the core of the earth. Then we have to ask the question.
Does Sludge melt?
Does Sludge melt? Yes, it does.
That Sludge is definitely melted.
That Sludge definitely got melted right there. You know, Porygon 2 now goes for an Ice Beam onto that Tapu Fini. Not going to do much damage at all.
Yeah, there gets Garchomp safely off the field. Fini doesn't take almost anything from that Ice Beam, and you've at least burned the Z-move since you didn't really have any option of a way to take it safely. But that's an expensive price to pay with your Muck.
Yep, so you just lost Muck.
And didn't manage to get the knockoff onto Porygon 2 first, and so you're going to be dealing with Eviolite Porygon 2 for the course of the game.
That's an unfortunate knockout right there for Brandon's side. Aaron, again, great plays right there. You know, Brandon doesn't really have anything to deal with that Tectonic Rage, as we see Kartana come in.
Yeah, Kartana not coming into a great position here. You want Kartana to come in when it immediately threatens KOs because it is so vulnerable, especially, but also from any fire move this Garchomp might have. You want to only see Garchomp hit the field when Kartana hit the field when you can really get some payoff from it. Here it's forced in when it can't pick up either KO, and Fini's going to be slower than Garchomp even if you went for that 2-hit KO.
And we're going to go ahead and see what I believe is going to be the Bloom Doom coming out from Kartana. Yes, it is the Bloom Doom. Going to go out and do a good amount of damage with that strong physical attack stat.
Yeah, so that's a way you can get a KO even when you're facing a full health Garchomp.
Is it going to KO?
Possibly.
That's gonna be close on that Garchomp. It is. doing a lot of damage right there, and ooh, the power of the environment, picking up the KO on Garchomp.
Yeah, most players opt for that extra protection from Assault Vest or Focus Sash. Here, Brandon just going for the massive damage of the Bloom Doom that just pulls Garchomp right off the field and keeps that Kartana from having to take any fire move.
And it picks up a Beast Boost. Yep, and we do see Garchomp come in right now, the last two Pokemon, as we do see Aaron go with Gigalith here. So, oh boy, this is actually pretty close.
Aaron making the right call, not protecting Feeny from non-existent Leaf Blade, but still pays the price with Porygon 2. Still doesn't really have a great answer for the Feeny on Brandon's side, because that Gigalith is going to take a massive amount of damage from Muddy Water with +1 special attack, even with the special defense boost that Sand offers. And, of course, the Garchomp is another way to threaten the Gigalith very quickly.
Yeah, you know, it's close. I mean, Tapu Fini is set up on Brandon's side. Could do... dude, it's so close. I don't even know, man.
It's gonna be, I wonder if maybe something like Moonblast plus Continental Crush could do enough to dispatch the Fini.
You can't use Continental Crush. It's already happened. Tectonic Rage.
Tectonic Rage, yes.
Yep, and we see an Earthquake connect onto the entire field. No Protect right there as Tapu Fini on Aaron's side goes for a Calm Mind right here. Trying to get a little sneaky here, maybe trying to see if he can set up possibly. We'll have to see what happens here as Tapu Fini goes for a Moonblast right now. Going to connect on to the Gigalith. Is that enough to KO? It should be enough to KO. It does get the KO. Oh, no! Wow. All right. As, well, Tapu Fini does hang out from the Stone Edge, so that's kind of fortunate. That's kind of fortunate.
Yeah, kind of an unusual turn there. I would say no Muddy Water because you were expecting Wide Guard, but then you went for an Earthquake that if the Wide Guard had come out would have only hit your own Tapu Fini. Maybe they're hedging your bet, but unable to pick up the KO on Gigalith even with both moves, and so it was able to get that all-important Stone Edge off. That means that now Aaron's Tapu Fini is in the better position to close out this game. It is really a war between the Finis with the other Pokemon just offering damage.
Is Tapu Fini going to be able to survive an Earthquake? That's going to be a good question right there. Like Brandon's
from his own Earthquake.
From his own Earthquake, yeah.
Yeah, probably not something he wants to try again. Even if he does survive it, you probably just go down to Sand damage.
Well, I mean, you might be able to get some KOs here if you go for an Earthquake and a Moonblast into that slot. You have to respect the Gigalith Protect, you're right, but it's still... I don't see many more options otherwise.
You could, if this Garchomp has something like Poison Jab, you could Poison Jab plus Muddy Water and maybe pick up KOs that way.
Ooh, Garchomp protects itself here. Not going to want to get KO just yet. Maybe it's got something here. Gigalith protecting itself, so right there, Aaron playing to your outs right there, Len. As we do see Tapu Fini go for a Moonblast into the Protect. Brandon with the read goes for a Moonblast into that Tapu Fini. Oh boy, oh boy. Now is that in KO range of Earthquake?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. If Brandon thinks he can go for an Earthquake here, if he misses the KO, or if he gets... I guess if he misses the KO, he's probably in still decent position, but if he gets Wide Guarded, that would be the really disastrous
But does
option.
Gigalith carry Wide Guard?
Never know.
You never know. Gigalith, a Pokemon of many roles.
We have seen Stone Edge. It'd be unlikely to have a Gigalith without Rock Slide, and some other coverage move is likely. Also, Protect we've seen, so maybe Brandon is feeling a little comfortable that there is no Wide Guard option for Aaron. Stone Edge may be the one that would have had to be dropped to fit Wide Guard.
Tough plays right now. You know, it's going to come down to some mind games. Is Aaron going to be able to pull this off? Looks like Brandon might be in position to seal the deal here. We'll have to see. And we do see Tapu Fini on Brandon's side protect itself here. Not going to take any damage. Maybe set up for something next turn. Oh, the protect fails on Gigalith's side, and Garchomp goes for an Earthquake, connecting on both Gigalith and Tapu Fini. Is that enough to pick up the KO on Tapu Fini? It should be enough to pick up the KO. And, oh no! But sand, but sand, but sand. There's still sand. Getting buffeted by the sand. Alright. As Tapu Fini goes for a Moonblast in that Garchomp. There is still a turn of sand, right? Yeah, there is.
I have not been counting.
That's why you always count sand terms, Len.
The players probably know better than I do. And there we go.
There we go. There's the sand. All right. All right. So Brandon right there taking game 1 against Aaron Zheng. Just one game closer.
Yeah.
One game closer.
Brandon able to get the first Calm Mind. Probably the difference maker there. It got a little shakier than he would have liked probably when he missed that KO on Gigalith and took the Stone Edge because of it, but still able to pull it out. Aaron may be going to have to prioritize either preventing that Calm Mind or getting his own Fini more able to match that opposing Fini quickly instead of being lagging behind.
Oh boy. It's tournament game right now, really, for Brandon. Aaron has to win 2 more if he wants to be able to take home this Earth Ring statue, right? So, you know, Brandon making the plays that need to be made.
Yeah, despite losing his Muck turn 1.
Yeah. You know, when you lose a Pokemon like Muck turn 1, you kind of get discouraged, but he fought through it. For those of you guys tuning in right now, Aaron Zheng on the ropes of getting eliminated here in the finals against Brandon Dudenhagen, Kotori VGC, Gigalith, Arcanine, Tapu Fini, Garchomp, Muck, Porygon 2 for Aaron, Muck, Ninetales, Tapu Fini, Kartana, Marowak, and Garchomp. For Brandon, you know, does Brandon bring Muck again?
I'd say so, because even if it ends up taking the Tectonic Rage, that's the Z move used up. You know, if that Stone Edge had been the Continental Crush, he would have lost Fini and would have lost the game. And so, because both Z moves from Aaron are so powerful, even
the mind games are real, Len. I don't think Brandon really wanted to lose Muck like that, but, you know.
Oh, no, it's not something you want to lose.
No, absolutely
but
not.
If you know you're going to lose something to a Z move at some point, unless you manage to protect it, Muck's no worse than any other option.
All right, Garchomp, Tapu Fini leads for both players. Everybody gets a Tapu Fini, everybody gets a Garchomp. We do see Aaron's Misty Surge activate first, and he has been moving first consistently, so let's just go ahead and say that Aaron's Tapu Fini is faster.
Yeah, should be able to say that by now. We should be a speed tie between the Garchomps, though. Haven't seen anything to indicate that one would be faster than the other. Definitely interesting mirror right here. Either player could possibly double target and try to quickly dispatch the Fini, or double target and get rid of the Garchomp. One move isn't going to one-hit KO either of these Pokemon, though.
Yeah, and we do see a Z move immediately activate. I believe that's Aaron's. Yep, that's Aaron's Garchomp. Going to go for a Tectonic Rage right now. Aaron loves that first turn Tectonic Rage. This time not going to send a Muck into the core. Perhaps maybe Tapu Fini here, I think.
Yeah, after that Fini able to set up Calm Mind and do so much work last game, quickly getting the Tectonic Rage, sending it to the core and melting it in Magma.
Ooh, Tapu Fini does hang on, though. As Garchomp's on Brandon's side goes for a Swords Dance. I've never seen Swords Dance in this format. The swords have actually turned golden. Tapu Fini now goes for a Moonblast right here. Going to connect on to the Tapu Fini. So doubling up right there. Does pick up the KO, but Garchomp now at 2 stages of increased attack.
Yeah, I'm sure Aaron's okay with how that turn went, though. Even giving up the Swords Dance, able to get rid of the Fini that's so important to Brandon's team immediately in turn 1 before he even attacks.
Oh boy, so we do see Kartana come out. We know the Bloom Doom will be able to pick up the one-hit KO on that Garchomp, so...
And Aaron knows also, you know, we talked about how the Tectonic Rage came in and just easily KO'd Muck. Aaron had his own Pokemon go down immediately to a Z move in that game. While Brandon really didn't have a way to prevent it, Aaron, now knowing about it, has much better options to keep that from being so powerful this game. But of course, if Gigalith is the Pokemon in the back, he doesn't have a switch-in option, but might at least be able to protect it and even taking a Bloom Doom through Protect, will probably be able to survive a Leaf Blade.
Right, and this Garchomp is really threatening right now. It's 2 stages of increased attack. That's nothing to laugh at. It does lose a coverage move though, but we'll have to see exactly what Brandon has up his sleeve, as we do see Arcanine come in trying to mitigate the Bloom Doom and that possible Earthquake, Tectonic Rage, or whatever. Mitigating that Garchomp's 2 stages of increased attack. As we do see the Bloom Doom right now come out, so that's not going to be able to pick up the KO on that Garchomp. Maybe an Earthquake. An Earthquake for sure will be able to seal the deal. Should be able to pick up the KO on Arcanine. I'm not exactly sure how that Arcanine's trained, but at 1 stage of increased attack with an Earthquake, that's a lot of damage.
It is a lot of damage. Interesting to see if Brandon would actually be willing to just Earthquake his own Kartana, something that Aaron has proved he's willing to do to his own Porygon. Kartana may be something more valuable than Porygon.
Ooh, the Fire Fang connects onto that Kartana, picks up the KO, so does Brandon just go straight for the Earthquake? That'd be huge right here. I like to see it. As Garchomp goes for another Swords Dance. What is going on?
Wow.
3 stages of increased attack.
3 stages of increased attack. That Earthquake is definitely the KO now, but you're going to really need to win a speed tie, because something like Extreme Speed plus, well, I don't think there's an Extreme Speed on Aaron's Arcanine, but even just taking the Dragon Claw and losing so much of that now so valuable Garchomp's health, not something you can afford to let happen.
Let's just note that Aaron is not scared of this Garchomp, it looks like, because that Garchomp has not been touched.
No, Aaron happy to leave it alone. Hopefully be able to beat it with Feeney later in the game, but Feeney in danger of allowing so many Swords Dances that he won't even be able to take an Earthquake itself.
Where's the Choreo that can just follow these dances along, right?
Yeah, I really think it's becoming kind of all important that Aaron gets a Dragon Claw off onto the other Garchomp, either with needing to win the speed tie, but also not just hitting into Protect while Muck KOs Garchomp.
We'll have to see exactly what Brandon decides to do. He's playing exceptionally well. Is Aaron going to be able to knock him down a notch as Arcanine switches out right here? Going to try to recycle that Intimidate for later on, but that's still going to be 2 stages of increased attack. Tapu Fini comes in. Garchomp on Aaron's side does get to go for an Earthquake, connecting onto Tapu Fini. And the Muck here going to do a good amount of damage. Ooh, Muck hangs on. Garchomp takes a little bit of damage, bringing it down to about 60% as Muck heals back up. I don't think this Garchomp's going to go for an Earthquake here.
No, I don't think it is, though. It would have been a great time to do it.
Another Swords Dance. What?
Yeah, it would have been a great time to see an Earthquake. Because of the Earthquake damage to Feeney from Aaron's own Earthquake, it would have been a KO, but we don't see it happen.
What?
And then Curse also. So Brandon just refusing to attack, only boosting his stats. At some point, he will have to attack, or he will be unable to win the game.
Brandon needs to go on the offensive right here. He's all set up for the end game right now. Like, if he can knock out this Garchomp, nothing on Aaron's side will be able to outspeed this Garchomp at all.
Well, yeah, if he either able to take the Dragon Claw into a Protect and then KO with Muck, or able to just win the speed tie, and he at least, at worst, has a 50% chance to win the game at this point, because nothing can take an Earthquake, and even if Muck isn't able to get the KO on Garchomp for Brandon, he's going to have a chance at the speed tie.
Does Garchomp on Aaron's side have Dragon Claw? We've seen Fire Fang. You want to have Poison Jab for, like, the fairies.
Yeah, possibly not. If it doesn't, Aaron's lost.
Tapu Fini now protects. This just gives opportunities for Muck to pick up KOs here. Muck protects instead. Okay. We see Garchomp on Aaron's side go for an Earthquake here. Needs a crit here to pick up the KO on this Garchomp. Is it going to get the critical hit? Un golpe critico. No un golpe critico. And Garchomp now just content to fire off Earthquakes at what state? Well, 5 stages of increased attack? 4?
5.
5.
It'll be 4 once Arcanine hits the field again.
All right.
Yeah, Extreme Speed would be Aaron's only option. I don't think he has it. We haven't seen all 4 moves from Aaron's Arcanine yet. That would be his one saving grace. But even then, he's not going to be able to KO Muck, and so he would take a Poison Jab to Feeney or a knockoff towards Arcanine for his efforts. It's going to be hard to win the game. But yeah, I don't think he has Extreme Speed, and so Earthquake will end the game here.
Does any Pokemon have possible priority on Aaron's side? All right, there's Porygon 2. Arcanine's in the back, so this... Oh boy. Oh my gosh. What? Porygon 2, if Garchomp can somehow KO Porygon 2, then it's all safe and dandy and fun.
A knockoff would mean enough damage and getting rid of the Eviolite.
You think Protect now and then knock off?
Yes.
Yeah, Protect now and knock off?
I don't think there's really any thing that stops you from winning with that, because Porygon 2 is unlikely to carry Protect. Feeney's unlikely to be able to KO Muck from this range. So maybe the only thing would be if Porygon 2 immediately switches right back out in order to not take the knockoff, and then you get the Moonblast onto Muck, and then on the next turn you'll be able to outspeed and KO with Moonblast, then taking the Earthquake with Porygon 2 and Ice Beam for a KO.
That's a lot of things.
That's a lot of things. That's a lot of things, but when you're down to very few options, you got to be thinking a lot of things ahead.
Muck protects, no switch. No switch. Is this going to be enough to KO Porygon 2 at 5 stages of increased attack? That's a lot of damage here. Is it going to be enough to pick up the KO? No! Porygon 2 hangs on. That's unfortunate right there.
Yeah, I think Brandon thinking...
Trick Room comes up instead, which is... That's acceptable. That's acceptable.
Yeah, Muck should be the fastest thing now. It did curse a bit ago.
Is Brandon psychic?
Well,
he set that up like 4 turns ago.
Will outspeed and KO the Porygon, but Arcanine can definitely KO Garchomp from the health it's at, so there's not a chance of an Earthquake coming back out. Then it will be up to Muck to deal with Arcanine. Not really sure why Aaron... Aaron clearly expecting Garchomp to protect is why he did not Ice Beam there. But yeah, it's Brandon correctly calling that, getting the Earthquake off, and I think should be able to close out the game because of it. Whether Brandon was expecting the switch from Porygon or expecting this specific set of events with Trick Room is unclear, but it worked out.
There's a protect this turn. Muck now goes for a knockoff. Thanks to that curse, going to connect on that Porygon 2, picks up the KO, so now it's just going to be Arcanine versus Muck and Garchomp as Arcanine goes for a Flamethrower into the protect.
Yeah, that protect the last little bit of read Brandon needed. I think he would have been able to close out the game either way, but now Arcanine is going to be forced to Flamethrower the Garchomp again, and so 2 or 3 attacks from Muck before it's KO'd should be enough.
Yeah.
At some point, Trick Room is going to expire, though. Arcanine's going to regain the speed advantage. It's still a close finish, but that protect, very valuable there.
Muck now goes for a knockoff. How much damage is it going to do to Arcanine? That's going to be, I don't know, like 40% right here. Flamethrower connects onto that Garchomp. It should be able to pick up the KO. Yes, it does pick up the KO. So now Muck just has to be able to chip away at this Arcanine. It does have boosted defenses, but we see the Flamethrower, so it's going to be pretty close. How bulky is this Muck, and how offensive is this Arcanine?
Yeah, Arcanine should go down to 2 poison jabs, but it's going to be close. A poison here would be incredibly valuable.
Oh, there's a poison. That should do it. We see a Will-O-Wisp. The berry's already been knocked off, so Arcanine can't really heal. I don't think this Arcanine has Morning Sun.
No, it's going to be forced to protect here even, because otherwise it will just get outsped and poison jabbed. So it has to protect, but that just means Muck protects the next turn, and Arcanine goes down to poison.
That does it. Brandon Tutenhagen's your Midseason Showdown champion. He wins 50 championship points and the Earthring statue. And wow, Brandon played an exceptionally great game. I mean, setting up, what, 5,000 sword dances?
3 sword dances. How often did you see that? Someone going for the +6. The Intimidate didn't mean we could actually ever hit +6, but so many sword dances.